Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening, people.
We're pretty excited to do this episode.
Anyway, first I gotta say I have a cold.
Yeah, so if you
So I
hear
hope you're not
sneezing or
disgusted or anything.
so if you hear any sniffing or sneezing, that's just Omar's disgusting
Yeah.
nose.
So this episode we're gonna talk about what?
The Revenant.
The Revenant. Yeah.
This is DiCaprio, Tom Hardy, and the magnificent director Alejandro
González Inarritu.
No, but what is his name?
Alejandro González Inarritu.
Really?
Yeah. That's what the G stands for.
Can I start?
Yeah.
This movie, I like what they do, like gentlemen when they pull off their hats in respect.
Yeah.
This is the movie that got me interested in this.
I bow to you, sir.
Yeah, like from now on, anything this guy does, just like go for it. This director is freaking amazing. This is a director that did not step down from Birdman.
Yeah.
I didn't think Birdman. Of course, I think Birdman was amazing, obviously.
Yeah.
But I didn't think I wasn't moved the same way I was moved by seeing The Revenant.
Oh.
I mean, seriously, like 20 minutes into this film is fucking mind-boggling, mind-wrecking. Now, before they go to and Google The Revenant and say let's just give them what's.
Well, The Revenant. Well, first, I've known about this movie since last year's Oscars.
Really?
Like, I've known about it in last year's Oscar season. People are saying, you know who's gonna win the Oscar next year?
The
It's
Revenant.
DiCaprio for Best Male.
DiCaprio in The Revenant, yeah.
Now that I've seen it, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
you should.
For a movie, I mean, to two of my favorite actors, Tom Hardy and DiCaprio.
Yeah.
And personally, at this time, at this point, I don't care if he gets an Oscar.
Yeah.
When I think we've said this before, like with the case of Gyllenhaal, if you look at the filmography of DiCaprio Gyllenhaal
Uh-huh.
you don't care if he gets an Oscar since he's good.
He's done it.
It doesn't
Like,
matter.
He's done it all.
Starting from Donnie Darko to Nightcrawler and Everest, he's amazing.
Well, we said we were going to talk about the story. The story is, if you look at it, it's a very classic story. It's a revenge story.
And it's an adaptation of a real story.
Okay, it's an adaptation of a novel or a real story?
Well, the novel is talking about the real event.
What's the story?
It's about a guy. So he's a tracker. He's got a skill of tracking animals and hence people.
Yeah.
And he gets left behind after he was mauled by a bear.
Yeah.
When he gets mauled by a bear, it's very cold, and they thought he's not going to make it, so they left him there.
Yeah.
This is the real story.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the same in the movie. They do leave him there, but he rises from the dead and he crawls back and seeks revenge.
For something that happens to him.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. In the interval between
something fucking huge happens.
Yeah, in the interval between rising from the dead and seeking revenge, the movie is a beautiful cinematography of like.
Shut up! Don't mention cinematography now. let's just get over with the other shit so we can get to cinematography.
Where do you want to start?
So let me ask you this question.
Like,
I know it's gonna be hard because I know you might take 30 minutes, but what did you like about this movie?
Everything.
Yeah.
This is a film, like, seriously, from the very first scene, like literally from the very first scene, I'm like, oh my
holy
God.
shit, yeah.
And I noticed something weird.
Uh-huh.
When the camera moves, I noticed that it's similar to what the director did in Birdman.
Yeah.
The camera movement is it's smooth.
Yeah, it's so smooth.
It captures you into her realm. Like, it's a revenge story. It's about
about fatherhood too.
Well,
it's a lot about fatherhood. Even with the thing with the Indian guy.
Protecting what you love, homes, kinsmen, and that kind of honor.
Send it up to nature also.
That's exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
seeing. I always go back to the cinematography.
Yeah. Well,
Because,
we're gonna talk about this cinematography.
you know,
Yeah.
separately.
Yeah.
All right. So the story, it's quite amazing. It's this guy just like going all the way,
Mhm.
literally,
Yeah.
all the way,
Yeah.
just for his revenge, and
Yeah.
it's amazing. And the depictions of Indians, it was so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. It was really fair and really
Yeah,
good.
this is another thing that the director sought to present anything authentic, everything authentic,
Yeah.
from weapons to the way they dressed, what they eat,
Yeah.
to like the horses, what they just the relationship between animals, and
Yeah.
it's so engaging.
Yeah.
It's so engaging. I would really recommend it.
You have to love this movie. I mean,
Mm.
even if you have problems with it, um, and I don't have problems with it, but I don't think it's perfection. I mean, no movie's perfect
Well, that's your rule.
apart from The Godfather. But
No, man. No, dude.
that's the exception that makes
Nope.
the rule.
Nope.
But anyway.
Well, if you're allowed to make that exception, I'm allowed to make
You're gonna make three exceptions.
Lord of
so
the
shut
Rings.
the fuck up.
Lord of the
Oh,
Rings.
that was
All
ice
right.
cream.
All right.
Um,
All right.
but anyway, it's
Right.
not perfect. It has a couple of things.
This realism, it's amazing. The realism, in terms of costumes
Yeah,
and
that's
prosthetics.
what I was going to
Just
start.
slight ones.
That's
Just
what I was going to start my positives with.
Alright.
Is the realism in this film
Yeah.
is like I was watching it and
I mean,
I
we
was
could
thinking,
We could look for adjectives. They're not gonna suffice.
yeah, they're not. But I was thinking like people talk about realism in film, and you have a few directors who seek realism religiously in their filmmaking. I mean,
Del Toro,
Del Toro,
Nolan.
fucking Nolan.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
But I think this movie took it to another level, and the acting is great. The story is, although it's not fireworks. It's not something that you're gonna find new or whatever. But I have no problem with that. I like stories that you can relate to as a human being. The story of revenge, the story of protecting who you love, and trying to survive in the most difficult of environments.
Right.
So I love
like literally the most difficult of environment, not just the acting environment.
and you know what I heard that location was never ever.
That was that's what,
Yeah.
not all the locations, the forest locations.
Yeah.
The forest locations were just like no human being has ever stepped there.
Yeah.
So they took a
That's
helicopter.
fucking crazy.
So what they would do, they would take a helicopter,
Mhm.
land, shoot for like 4 hours, and then come back
Yeah.
and then work on the scenes they did. Another thing, there were some people. It's like the dedication in part of the director is that he wanted things to be as real as possible. One of the things, he didn't use prosthetic, artificial light. He
I
used
was gonna say that.
Yeah,
But
he-
okay, go ahead. You
he-
take this one.
take this one. All right, I'll leave you this one. I'll leave you this one. The thing
Yeah.
is, he sought perfection in realism.
It looks so fucking beautiful. Like natural light looks amazing.
It's so.
It
I mean,
shows. It
it's-
fucking shows.
It's even from a simple river scene,
Yeah.
just like when it shows just like a river,
It's so beautiful.
and you're just like, I mean, in whole with nature.
Yeah.
There's a thing that he was so engaged in this project that they were shooting in real locations where it's freaking cold. It's like Siberia, and there were
Yeah.
some people who dropped out of the project because this guy's crazy
too difficult. Yeah.
because it was so cold. And in the movie, you see DiCaprio and other actors get in the fucking freezing water.
Well, we're gonna
How-
get to DiCaprio.
They get in part of the actors.
Yeah, but and
He went all the way.
the thing about artificial light has to do with cinematography,
Mhm.
which, listen, if it doesn't win an Oscar for cinematography,
That would be awesome for the director to win an Oscar in 2 years successively.
but he totally fucking deserves it. Not the director of photography.
Well, I mean, if you all right,
I'm talking about cinematography.
Oh
Like,
yeah, the dude.
yeah, fuck, I
Ah.
forgot his name.
But anyway, this is.
I'm gonna look for his name because
Yeah.
he fucking
This guy,
deserves it.
this guy who was responsible for cinematography in The Revenant, he also did. He worked
He was
in.
in Birdman, yeah,
He was in The Hunger Games.
yeah.
Uh,
Emmanuel Lubezki.
Lubetsky.
Lubezki. I think he's also Mexican, just like Inarritu. But dude, like kudos, fucking kudos.
Fucking kudos, man.
Like it looks like no movie out, no other movie out, apart from Birdman.
No, seriously.
But
This is one of the movie. This is the first movie
Mhm.
that is like 5 minutes in, and I'm like, wait a minute, something's different.
Yeah,
No, seriously. I mean, the way the camera moves. Like,
this looks new.
no, seriously. When it's like, dude, the first thing I thought of is like the director took your eyes
Uh-huh.
and placed them right next to the actors.
It's
You
amazing.
feel like from the camera movement.
And going back to the natural light, there is a grayness to the movie
Right.
that's so like it's so endearing. It has to do with the story even. You know,
It's rough.
that grayness itself tells a story. You know.
Like how times are different and tough.
Yeah,
Like,
fucking.
like-
And I
and-
wanted to ask you about the scene in the forest.
Don't get me started on the bear scene, man.
No, the bear scene is perfect, but
Yeah.
that's all we're gonna say about it. Like
Right.
DiCaprio is
Because,
fighting a bear, and it's amazing.
We're gonna say that there's a bear scene in the film
Yeah.
that it's so good that we're not even allowed to talk about
Okay.
it. It's
Okay.
so good.
Okay, but what was I saying? Oh
Right.
yeah, the scene in the forest where it's nighttime and there's only light coming off.
From
Like,
fire.
do you think that's also naturally?
You mean the fire?
Yeah.
From the fire?
Yeah,
I suppose so.
the
yeah.
scenes in at night.
I suppose so. Well, this look.
Let's go. Let's go.
We
to
can
the,
go on. We can
Let's
go
move
on.
on to the acting, the dedication of the actors.
Like, dude, even the extras,
Yeah.
did a marvelous job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
every actor, every leading role is amazing. Like the lieutenant, Tom Hardy's character. I mean, don't Tom Hardy's accent. I mean, he's British. He's doing like
Tom Hardy is the shit. Let's just say it.
he's. I mean, dude,
He's
like
amazing.
he's like Gyllenhaal. He
Yeah.
goes all the way for a role.
DiCaprio, I could swear that in one of the scenes, he was looking at the camera, and I could read in his lips, "Give me a fucking Oscar
I fucking deserve it.
now! Give me a fucking Oscar!"
You know what? I think he said in a statement that he doesn't do it for the Oscars, man.
That's bullshit.
Everyone says it.
That's like a soccer player
Yeah.
playing.
I don't play
trying
for the cup.
I don't play for the records. Fuck you. You
Yeah.
play for the records.
Well, naturally, when you see yourself doing a whole career of amazing films, and you say, "Wait a minute, I haven't got an Oscar yet."
You know what, dude? Like, that's the thing. Like, people have been talking about this DiCaprio and Oscar thing for years, but it's not about a whole career. No, this guy deserves it for this role, regardless
Right.
of whatever the fuck he's done before.
If you think now, this is for the listeners.
Yeah.
If you think DiCaprio went all the way in The Wolf of Wall Street, you have no idea
what he's done in this
what
movie,
he's
yeah.
done in The Revenant.
Well,
Like,
I
this
think-
dude,
Yeah, yeah.
to the point. This is a trivia. To
Yeah.
the point where the guy is vegetarian,
Yeah.
and there's a scene where he eats meat, raw meat.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, just to go against your beliefs. I'm also worried. Like, where is he gonna go after this role?
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
true.
If he took a role like a
That's true.
like a high school teacher trying,
That's a good point, actually.
yeah. I mean, where is he gonna go after this?
Yeah.
I mean, the dude was in dreams. He was in an island. He was a,
Could you say that he's at the point of his career where Tom Hanks was at the end of the 90s?
like with the Forrest Gump and
Yeah, Forrest Gump.
the Terminal and
Not before the Terminal. He did two movies that
Saving
are
Private
Apollo
Ryan.
13, Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
He had a strike.
I mean,
He had a streak.
yeah.
Could you say that he's going through the same
He's
thing?
going to say, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. For Tom Hanks, as soon as you mentioned Tom Hanks, Saving Private Ryan.
Fucking Spielberg, dude.
You know
By
what?
the way, you should watch
By the-
Birds of Spies.
Yes, Yeah, I haven't seen that. I
Yeah,
should see that too.
I saw that. Okay.
You know, it's got huge similarities. You know, that element that brings you into the scene between
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
from the Revenant to Saving Private Ryan.
Spielberg is renowned for this thing called the oneer, where he takes a shot
Mm.
and he just keeps a long shot of something. He keeps he
And
keeps the camera going.
and see what happens.
No, he knows what's gonna
No,
happen,
I'm
but
just
it's
like
a device.
figuratively. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
see
yeah,
what
yeah. For the
Right.
watcher,
Right.
for the viewer. But it's the technique he uses, and I could feel that in the Revenant too.
Revenant.
It's
Yes.
even more in the Revenant. Like,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, where would you rate this movie? I'm not gonna give a score within this year's films.
Um, like what are the contestants? The Martian.
Yeah,
So there's
we have both seen The Martian, and
yes.
we need to talk about it too. But
I want to see it again.
it's
Actually,
amazing, dude. It's
I want to
fucking
see it
amazing.
again. So what did we say?
Would you say like it's the best movie you've seen this year?
Dude, like I think I sent you a text after I saw it.
Yeah,
I was like, screw Star Wars.
yeah.
It's like this film is the best film of 2015.
Okay.
Like really.
I would put it there too. I'm not sure I want to put out this statement that it's the best film I've seen in 2015
Mm.
because I kind of have to rewatch stuff, and
Mm.
I would put like Inside Out right up there.
Yeah.
And I have to
Uh,
see the list of the
well,
films that came out.
That's genres. If you say Inside Out, you're referring to animation
No, I'm talking about
in general.
any film, yeah.
You can't compare animation to
But it's still a film. What the
It
fuck are
is-
you talking
it is-
about?
It is a good project, well thought of, well structured.
I would put it
is.
right up there.
Really?
Yeah.
You mean Inside Out?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say that it's all personal thing.
Yeah.
Personal preferences.
But like,
Yes, we do see kind of like different kind of films, but
yeah.
when it comes down like what I said earlier, that it has got two of my favorite actors. So if it was the same film with different actors,
Yeah.
maybe I would have liked it the same.
Yeah.
Maybe. But but in general, if a film is good, it's good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
I think we've covered it much. We're not
Ah.
saying you should definitely love the film. I mean,
But you should fucking watch it.
yeah, be skeptical.
Yeah.
We just said what we think, and the film is good.
Yeah, I'm trying to go for it with lower expectations. I'm just kidding. This movie is awesome, and if you don't like it, fuck you.
You know, when you say something is awesome,
Yeah.
and people they're expecting to see that it's not awesome.
Really?
Yes,
I expect it to be awesome.
it's a psychological thing.
I expect it to be awesome, and
Like-
that fucks me up.
Right. Look at it this way. If you tell someone, okay, dude, you gotta try this thing. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
So in your mind, you're not going as, oh, this is gonna be so amazing. While doing it, you're
Uh-huh.
looking for bad things to counter
Yeah,
what
yeah,
that person
yeah,
said.
yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely.
But
Yeah.
they're not gonna find anything because this film is
This movie's perfect. Goodbye.
It's perfect, and see you later.
I'll be back.